Oh boy, I've been wanting to review this game for some time now. Before all of this starts, I just want to say I love this game. I really love this game. This is my favorite game of all time, just rivaling the whole Smash Bros. Series. This was the first game I've ever played on my sister's PlayStation 1. But apparently, not a lot agree. A lot of people hated this game for being too similar to Gateway Glimmer, or Ripto's Rage. But to that, I have two things to say. One, you're very wrong. This game has plenty of new content, but I'll get to that later. And two, I don't hear people complaining about Crash Rewarped. This game started development immediately around after Spyro 2, for about 10.5 months. That is a bit impressive. And then it was released on the PlayStation 1, once again, in October 24th, 2000 in North America, and November 10th, 2000 in Europe. And yeah, I didn't forget, this one was not released in Japan. At all. Fun fact! Did you know that the reason they released this in the year 2000 was because that was literally the year of the dragon in the Chinese zodiac calendar? I did. Are you happy for me? So, is this game any good? Well, I did already tell you the answer, but watch the video anyway. That's what you're here for, right? The story begins with the dragons sleeping with their eggs. Oh, and Hunter's here too. Don't ask why, he just is. A bunny named Bianca and a species known as the Rhinox steal all of the eggs for a sorceress called the Sorceress, and hides them all over the other side of the world, known as the Forgotten Worlds. The other dragons then send Spyro and the Hunter to get the eggs because they are the only ones who can fit down the hole. And so it's Spyro's job to save the eggs and, you know the rest by now. There are 4 homeworlds this time. Sunrise Spring Home, Midday Garden, Evening Lake, and Midnight Mountain. And just like the last game, they're all very different. The levels, I forgot to add that in the script, the levels are different. We've now got skateboard parks, swamps, ghost ships, tombs, mines, and more speedways. But I'll get to that later. While I still think the hate for this game is overrated, they're not wrong. To a certain extent. It's definitely very similar to Spyro 2. Scratch that, the physics are the same. But there is a lot of differences here. Instead of orbs and talismans, your objectives are the eggs. You can get them by getting to the end of the level, completing certain challenges which are separated by these mini portals, leaving lots more room for, you've guessed it, variety, and finding them out in the open. To be honest, I prefer the challenges here than in Spyro 2. But that's probably my nostalgia talking. I like the fast water movement ones, I like the epic dragons fights, I like the skateboarding ones, the best part about the game, and I like the supercharged ones. Oh, and the thieves are back. Screw you too, developers. I like them all. Except for 2 of them. First, the cannon challenge in the tombs. Would you stop shooting and die? Second, boxing with Bentley the Yeti. What? I didn't mention him? Oh. Okay, then I'll come back to this in a bit then. To keep the game fresh, like a fish, there are 5 playable characters excluding Spyro. Moneybags is back. I hate you developers. While he doesn't teach you move, because you get them right at the start anyway, you still have to pay him to open up the packs, and, this time, free the playable characters. First is Sheila. Her abilities are to kick enemies with her feet and do a really high jump. Next is Sergeant Bud. He can shoot missiles and fly. He is living proof that penguins can fly. Next, there's Bentley. He can hit enemies with his club and his levels are a little slow paced. But come on, he's not that bad. I'm nearly there, hold on. Next up is Agent 9. He can shoot with his laser gun and I don't like him. Well, I like him as a character, but he's not the best in terms of gameplay. Especially when I can barely hit my target. Ratchet & Clank this certainly isn't. And last is Sparks, who you don't have to free. His levels are top-down shooters. He shoots. Yeah, okay. Besides Spyro, his levels are the best in the game. I really like them. Plus, once you've beaten a level, Sparks get a new ability. Collecting gems from further away, pointing the gems even though you had that at the start of Spyro 2, taking an extra hit, breaking open any baskets, and warping to any level. All of these characters are a good idea since Spyro didn't have any hands to hold anything. Unboxing with Bentley is a right roll of pain in the brain! I don't have a brain! The punches are delayed. They don't go far enough to hit the other Yeti. He almost always hits you. And there's a harder one that you had to do to get the eggs. And I did it on my first try. Let's talk about the Speedway levels. They're back, and they are officially my favorite levels. They're the same as the last game, but now there's races and amazing music. Speaking of which, the soundtrack was, once again, done by Stu Copeland, who also worked with Ryan Beveridge, and together, they made one of the best soundtracks of any video game ever. I should also mention that some songs were reused in other levels in the game. Personally, I don't mind this. The music they reuse are better choices than some of the music that was gonna be in said level. Except for one in particular, but I'll get to that in just a second. The bosses here are the perfect difficulty. The first one is a bit easy, and the rest gets harder as you go on. They're also very terrifying. Keep away from me! And the final boss... What? Out of all the music to reuse, why the first homeworld? Couldn't you have used one of the bosses? Well, anyway, the sorceress herself is quite disappointing actually. You use the vehicles from some of the challenges to defeat her, but it's not very fun to use, at least not with this fight. Anyway, you beat the sorceress, a cutscene happens where Spyro is looking for Hunter only to find out that he's with Bianca, who, spoilers, turns good towards the end. The credits roll, you're welcome developers, and the game ends. Or so you probably knew I was gonna say that. First things first, after you beat the sorceress, you get to torture moneybags. Yeah! This is what you get for all the crap you give me in Spyro 2 and this game. I can't wait to do this again, Reignight Trilogy! There is also a portal that leads to Skylands, I mean the super bonus round. But to access it, you have to collect all the eggs and all the gems. And, you know what? I like it. It's better than Dragon Shores. Just like Spyro 1, your goal is to collect all the gems. And guess what? You can't fly forever here. Gotcha for a second, didn't I? There are also some more challenges to get even more gems. They're all harder versions of the original ones. 2 of them are alright, but then there's a skateboard race. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it! Even just one mistake will cost you an entire race, and you have to win first place! And after all that, you get to fight the sorceress. Again. It's even more boring than before. After you defeated her, again, you will get the last dragon egg, and the last cutscene happens, which isn't really worth it. Oh, and the skill points are back. Yay! The cheat codes are back again too. They're the same as the last game, only this time with 2 new cheat codes. First is the the skateboard is now squid. Oh my god. The second is the voice test. No, not sound test. Unfortunately, you can't listen to the soundtrack from the pause menu. This lets you listen to the voice lines of the NPCs of the level you're in. Also, I found this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. I don't think this is supposed to happen. Help. 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 I don't think this is meant to happen. Help me. Help. Someone help me. Buy this game. I didn't know what else to say. I don't know, guys. Personally, I still don't get the hate that this game has. Maybe it's because it's the very first game I ever played. Maybe it's because the soundtrack is one of my favorites. Maybe it's the same reason I like New Super Luigi U or the Lost Levels. But really? Come on, guys. Maybe, to you, it's not the best game, but it's not bad either. Spyro 1 was good. Spyro 2 was great. But Spyro 3 is a masterpiece. Spyro is still great, the extra playable characters are a nice change of pace, the soundtrack is awesome, and it's really fun to play. And quoting everyone never gets old either.
Let me catch my breath and I'll kick that other guy's butt. I'm sorry. That was the ugliest chicken I've ever seen. Ow! I went boom again.
Time to kick some sorceress butt.
I can't wait to play this in the Reignited trilogy. Wait, it's been out for 3 months already? Oh, just like before, press L1, R2, and triangle, and you can play a demo of Crash Bash. It's a good party game. Not great, not bad. Retrominimii signing out. You know, it's funny. Going through the whole game without one...
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah.